First guest now, Matthew Harris is the CEO and president of All About Character Incorporated. You developed this program called Character Be About It. It's something that we've been talking about here at Erie News Now for some time now. You're a retired state police, but how did you go about creating this as you pivoted from law enforcement?
Wow, well, thank you for that. It took, there were some educators that worked with me in regard to developing this and approached me regarding my background, once again, is law enforcement, as a trooper, and then what was going on with youth, mind you, back in 2013 and 14, with social emotional behaviors, character education, not mandated in the state of Pennsylvania, and they said, let's try to form and think of a program where we could put law enforcement as positive role models in the classroom, working with scientific and essential character traits. And so that kind of snowballed into what we have now, data-driven results from Penn State Core, and good men and women that want to participate in the program.
And let me just interrupt and say you're seeing video of previous Wine on the Lakes because you are the beneficiary of proceeds from Wine on the Lake this year, so that kind of explains the video that is running. But go ahead and continue telling us more about Character.
You're not bringing wine into local schools.
No,
you do want to clarify.
Yeah, let's explain.
Well, I thank Brian, Lily, and Pam Forsyth for selecting my nonprofit, and I think they appreciate the work that we're trying to accomplish with the youth in a preventative measure, so thank them for that. But yeah, the program has just grown from the inception of one school to 5 schools to 20 schools, and now a new model that we're incorporating and customizing currently is working with the 4th largest housing authority in the country out of Philadelphia.
It's amazing.
And they are looking to implement the program throughout their families. And so we're working through that process right now, very exciting. And once again, the preventative nature, those students may be a little more disadvantaged in their communities, but they see the value in a program like this, so that's exciting.
What is the value of building character in these young people?
Well, I think it's a combination. The character traits that we're talking about weren't just pulled out of a hat. You know, they were studied, and you talk about integrity, you talk about hope, kindness, fairness, gratitude. Those are things that a lot of families and a lot of youth, K through 8 youth, aren't getting taught at home. So having a positive law enforcement officer in the classroom or in a customized different area working with them, we're hoping that it can build a strong foundation. And I think the value of that can go a long way. You're not going to reach every student, of course, or every youth, but if you can reach one, it can make a difference in a lot of youth.
And it has to be twofold. It has to be about instilling those traits, but also has to be about building that relationship between the kids and law enforcement, right? Especially these days.
Absolutely. Nowadays, as we know, we don't have to talk about it. We see it on social media. We see it on TV. In our day-to-day lives, that law enforcement is one of the most scrutinized opportunities out there. You know, public sectors out there. And so having a program like this, I think once again brings it back home, where there's a couple bad apples in every bunch possibly in any field, any profession, but there are a lot of good men and women out there that want to do the right thing. And this actually helps the officers patrol their communities in a safer way.
They may know some of the kids too.
Exactly, know the officers. So it's a great relationship builder. And so we're just trying to spread it out to as many youth as we can. And we're just appreciative of all the efforts with you guys.
So the money that will come from this weekend's Wine on the Lake, the proceeds that you will benefit from, that will go to pay the officers who take part in this program and go into our local schools.
Supplementing their employment and working with the program, and just keeping the lights on a day-to-day. And then once again, trying to expand the program, not just locally, but throughout the state, and those things are important. So once again, very appreciative of everything that Lily Broadcasting does for the program.
So it's a fun, exciting event, but also you can feel good about it too, knowing you're supporting this great local program. Matthew, before we let you go, let our viewers know where they can find out more about Character Be About It.
They can visit at www.characterbeaboutit.org and reach out for any questions or concerns. We're taking information, and we like to help. If there's an agency or organization or families that want support with their youth, we're willing. We'll be at the Wine on the Lake all day on Saturday. So we'll have a booth set up there, and come over, ask questions, and we'll hope to give you some good information.
Good. Wonderful. Well, congrats on your continuing success with the program. It's exciting that it's going to be traveling across the state to the Philly area. That's amazing.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, great to see you.
Thanks.
So